know it's bad when the supposed villain starts looking appealing. Welcome to Callie's Vertical R&R, where I let you know a review and recap of my latest vertical watch. Today we have Her Secret, His Regret. And oh my gosh, I regret watching it, okay? Y'all, okay. Not entirely, but I do not know how this is ranked number 2 on Dream Short right now. Essentially, so... Oh my god. It starts off with Ethan and Madeline, okay? They're like a couple. They work together at a bar. She's a hostess, he's a bartender, and after some passionate lovemaking, they're chilling, and he pulls out a ring and he asks her to marry him, and before she can respond, she gets a call from this dude Scott. So she goes in the bathroom and takes it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, the mission's been pulled, so you need to get out of there and leave a clean break, or we'll have to take out Ethan." So she's like an undercover agent for this group called the Division, and of course she has to come out and be like really harsh to Ethan and tell him that she doesn't want to pretty much like a broke loser's cheap ring, even though he spent all his savings on it. And he's like, "What?" And she like left. And of course he followed her, and they're outside, and someone comes up behind her with a knife. And mind you, if Ethan had not gotten in the way, everything would have been fine. She would have whooped his ass, because she has, undercover agent skills. But no, he has to try and, I don't know what the fuck, protect her. And then they both she gets stabbed in the fucking back. He gets stabbed in the kidney. And then she ends up whooping that guy's ass after Ethan's on the ground. And, they go to the hospital, and she begs her, kind of her coworker, because it's another undercover agent, and his name is Alex Sullivan. She pretty much begs him to go against, like, the code and just do the surgery and let her transplant her kidney. And of course, she doesn't let him know that she was the one who gave it, because the whole point is she needs him to hate her. And she leaves, sobbing the whole way. And mind you, she is a fantastic actress. That is not my problem with this vertical at all. She was phenomenal with what she was given. And then this random girl comes in. Her name's Emma Lawrence. She shows up, and freaking, when he wakes up, she's like, "Oh yeah, I just care about you so much. I had to save you." And she's like, "I gave you my kidney." And he's like, "What?" And she's like, yeah, it was me. And you never really get an explanation of what their relationship even is. It's just like she's some crazy woman obsessed with him, is as far as I understood. So anywho, she is gone for like 5 years, and then she gets a mission to go back there and try to infiltrate again, because the whole point, they were trying to find this dude Hayes and get like his location and shit. So she goes back and gets put on as a hostess again, even though she can't drink because of her medicine. And it's terrible writing, because someone does not have to take medicine for the rest of their life if they donate a kidney. It was horrible writing. But I'm going to spare you. Like 80% of the episodes was rinse and repeat. They like kind of fall in love with each other again, and then they fight, have a distrustful moment, and then rinse and repeat over and over and over. And I'm like 5-6 times, and I'm like, fuck man, just break up. Like, I ain't even rooting for y'all no more. And, wash in some of Emma whispering shit in his ear. But, it was so like, oh my god, just get it over with. Just a side note, I really liked the bartender that she worked with, David. He was a sweetie pie. Like, he was always trying to, defend her and be like, "Hey, don't make her drink. Like, she's, like, sick. She has to take medicine." And, I really liked that actor. Like, he did a cute little job. But anywho, so eventually you get introduced to the Hayes dude, and the Hayes dude is like a kingpin. He's the one up to no good, and he's the one that she was trying to track down in her mission. And then, and along the way, the Scott dude, the fucking Division dude, he is always holding her medicine over her head. That's his leverage to force her to do things she doesn't want to do, like lie to Ethan and shit like that. And, and that's, again, rinse and repeat. He just does it over and over and over again. The only fucking original shit in this was fucking Hayes. Like, he was always, like, taking me by surprise. Like, he starts off thinking that he would be a bad guy, but the whole time, like, the man is just in love with Madeline. and he does all the right things. He never puts a hand on her. Because mind you, at one point at the very beginning, Ethan literally stomps her hand. And I was like, after that, I was like, nah, fuck you, Ethan. I don't care. She broke your heart, bro. Like, fuck you, Ethan. Like, there was no redemption after that for me. But literally, the whole fucking way, the bad fucking guy, Hayes, he's saying all the right shit. He's supporting her. He's protecting her. He's not laying a finger on her. He's giving her a job. And you find out towards the end that all along he knew that she was an undercover agent. And the only reason Scott was trying to get her to find Hayes is because he had actually been selling, like, trade secrets of the divisions to Hayes. And that's why he wanted him out. Oh, and then Hayes gets tired of Emma trying to, you know, fuck things up, so he ends up taking her out, like, and don't get me wrong, he's a bad guy, but also I'm like, well, he's fucking not a bad man, you know what I'm saying? Anywho, but he's always supporting. He's like, yeah, I want you to be my lover, like, I want you to be my only one, and shit like that. And I'm like, after like fucking 2,000 hours watching these episodes, I was like, shit, man, I'm rooting for you. I hope that's the twist, please. And she was like, no. And even though she said no, he still, like, he loved her, and he gave her all this money, and he gave her evidence so the division would take out Scott, and so she could go be with Ethan. And I was like, no. Sorry. And another bizarre thing, like, I know there's sometimes a language barrier with these scripts, but it was just like, I feel like they were just talking in, like, sentences. And I know people talk in sentences, but it was like they would just, like, say things, and it felt like a line and another line, but it was like the lines wouldn't flow. It was so bizarre. Like, I think if you watch it, you understand what I mean. And Ethan, I don't know if it's just how his character was written, but he also, like, the way he acted in this one, it's almost like it was just like him reading from a script. It didn't feel like any sort of flow. Like, and it was so jarring because Madeline was so emotional in this, and Hayes and all that, and I was like, bro, I'm so confused. And there's no hate to the actor. Like, it could have just been like how they directed him. I have no idea, okay? But y'all, this was a it wasn't the hardest watch I've ever had, but it felt so freaking long too. Yeah, no, I think this one was almost 2 hours. I think it's like a fucking money pit, the way they rinse and repeat it. So, actually, I don't feel that bad about trash talking this one, because I think they're, like, this is a money pit for this one. But yeah, so Emma ends up dead. She doesn't end up with Hayes, and they eventually end up together and get married. And it was like a sweet little wedding, but, like, by the time they end up together, trust me, y'all, I don't think you're gonna be rooting for it. Anywho, y'all, I would review it as, like, a 6 out of 10, maybe. I don't know if I would recommend watching it because it's just so, ugh. But then again, I did love Hayes, and Madeline was such, like, she reminded me of that actress in The Mummy, but my brain is blanking. Okay, I'm rambling out, but that's the review. If you enjoy recaps and reviews and other vertical content, please make sure to follow. Bye!